Hey, hey, hey. Here on a very, very serious note. Once again, where to begin? So I've been talking about previous stuff and in a lot of ways just been banging about for forever. Digital ID. Now it's heating up. It's really heating up. And I did make a video before about how I wasn't worried, even though I balanced it by saying that I am worried, but I don't think they're going to win. And the latest course of action makes that look a bit misguided. But there's that big but again. I think this is where you have to be careful, because you sort of watch social media and stuff. Well, social media is only giving an insight into the media, I guess. Then they're giving the impression that it's all like inevitable what's happening, like Starmer to announce mandatory IDs and compulsory IDs, and you will need an ID, and that's the headline everywhere. But that's just the headline. If you read just a tiny little bit more, it then says it still needs to go through stages. It's not here as it's being announced. It's still got to go through stages of law and being passed and so forth. So it's closer than it was, and it's always getting closer, but they've tried before. So once again, let's not be defeated by this. There is always hope. And once again, the hope I see is that there's a kickback. It's a big kickback, and that gives hope, because at the very least, if they proceed, then they'll be proceed. I mean, I did actually try watching a bit of some Starmer live press conference where apparently this is where he was announcing it, and I tried, thought it would be good to, but I find him hard to stomach, man. He makes me feel sick. He's actually unbearable, and this is what I find unbelievable, how unbearable he is. They all are, but they seem to be getting worse and worse. You know, at least at least Boris had like a bit of comic value about him. He was, you know, he's entertaining in a funny sort of way. He was annoying, but I found there was a part of him that was likable, even though he was detestable, if that makes sense. There was a part of him that sort of clumsy oaf buffoon kind of thing that he either was or played. Because that's what I don't get with these guys, is how much of a part are they playing sincerely, like how much of it is actually them, and how much are they just playing the part. Like the tiny little bit I seen of this Starmer clown, I couldn't believe what he was saying. And I couldn't believe what he said. I can't believe, does he believe what he's saying? Like in the little bit that I seen, he said something about we're responding to the people, acknowledging we made a mistake not listening to what the people want. But I mean, it can only be doublespeak. Like Orwell said, doublespeak, 80 boys. Like, it doesn't make any sense. He's saying that, but nobody wants a digital ID. So how he's saying on one hand it's his response to listen to the people, but I mean, the media give the impression that there's for and against, but the media is not real. The media is more powerful than Starmer in terms of pushing this agenda. Like I said, they're all pushing the headline, it's coming, it's here, it's compulsory, it's mandatory, it's about to be announced, it's done deal. It's not a done deal. It's not a done deal. So don't buy into that. That's where those prostitutes are fulfilling their role of demoralizing you into acceptance. That's their job, that's the psychological warfare. It's not a done deal. It cannot be done without the consent. And that's the worry, is they will manipulate the consent as they always do. So that's what you've got to be careful of. Don't watch the announcement of it's just done. It's not just done. We have got power. We have got influence. We have a say. It might be phony, but this is what I'm saying. If it's phony, then that's going to get revealed now, because the people don't want this. So they're not listening to the people by implementing this. They're going it's complete opposite. They're going against the people by implementing this. And that does seem to be the nature of things now. You know, like we've got like these livable neighbourhoods in Bristol, and nobody's for it. I mean, there's the odd person, but the vast majority don't want it, but they still push ahead and do it anyway. They have to like literally come in the middle of the night to put it in because there was so much opposition. So that, you know, that's an indicator of what we're up against. And yeah, they can't get this digital ID in through clarity and transparency, then they'll sneak it in the middle of the night, metaphorically, so to speak, you know. And that's what we also got to watch. I've seen other stuff about how bills have been passed for other things that are more crucial to this ID taking place than the ID. So the ID is just a stepping stone of a bigger picture. It's a step that's been implemented in lots of different ways. I've seen stuff about how the banks are limiting the money you take out and the scrutiny of what you put in and all this kind of stuff. And there's all kinds of stuff going on. It's all happening at once. The taxes having new powers, and it's all just added up to fucking us over, basically. But they're acting like they're acting on behalf of the people. They're not, and it is so clear. And if they keep going against the people, it's gonna collapse. And that to me is the bigger picture here. I find it unbelievable that they are, I know they're pushing for it, but I find it unbelievable that they believe that the people want it. They don't. So they're watching. The Cookie Monster is always analysing and collecting that data and profiling everybody, what we're for, what we're against, and so forth. So that begs the question, why are they doing this now? Because I think that is more important than what they're saying they're doing. Is why are they doing it? What is, you know, you think of the news as I think you should in terms of problem, reaction, solution. The problem here is that they're saying they're bringing in ID. I know that's what they're saying this for, and it's obviously not. It's nothing to do with immigration. That's the nonsense, people. But we've established that doesn't need to be gone over. That's old news now. We can't keep going around in circles with it. So why are they announcing it now? Because there's going to be a kickback, and it's going to be big, and they're already seemingly thriving on stirring civil unrest to bring things about. But then it seemed like they was thriving on the civil unrest to bring this about. But then they're announcing it now, when it's just going to create more civil unrest, and I think it's going to backfire. But is it going to backfire? Because have they already considered the backlash as part of the consequences of where they want to take whatever they're trying to do? So I think that's what people need to be careful of. Don't ask the question what they're doing or why they're doing it. It's like, why now? What is the aim of this? What is our reaction? Which seems obvious. I think the reaction is not good. It's not painted Labour or Starmer in a good light. I mean, I don't know. I see little things come up on like social media and stuff from the actual Labour Party, and the things that they say and the things that they announce and their mantras and their slogans, it's all preposterous. It's like I said, it's unbelievable that they actually people believe it. And from the comments, people don't. It's like 99%, what are you on about, clown joke, this is preposterous, everyone's saying the same thing. Nobody believes them. Nobody likes them. Nobody likes you, man. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes them. So I don't know, I just think it's a bit strange, the timing of what they're trying to achieve here. Once again, is it a desperation? Because, you know, even if it's that, then it's a scary prospect, but at the same time you've got to take a bit of positivity from that. Why are they so desperate? Why people get desperate when they're in a state of fear? Because that's not, you know, I said this before, it could be one or two things. I mean, it could be one of lots of things, but the two main things I think is an absolute confidence or it's an absolute desperation. So the confidence comes from this absolute belief like they're just going to do it, but then the fear and the desperation comes from fear. The fear that they're not going to do it, that they can't do it, that they're running out of time, that this backfiring, that they're getting clumsy maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it's serious now. I mean, it always has been, but it's becoming more and more serious. And yeah, I said you can't take your eye off the ball more than ever now. Not just with the ID, but all the other little things, all these other little steps that are going on around you, all the increased scrutiny. They got to start putting it all together. The scrutinization, the cameras, I seen this thing earlier about how they passed the law in June. I didn't have time to look into it properly, and I'm as guilty as anybody, as it was accused of not paying attention at the time, but I didn't know. You can't follow all these things through, and that's what I mean about them sneaking things through in the night, like they did with the Liverpool neighbourhood. That's what they did with this bill. It would seem nobody opposed it because I don't think anybody knew about it. So they passed this bill that gives them the power to look into your bank and basically collect data and collect information for your finances, possibly even your finances. Like I said, I didn't look into it properly, but basically this bill that they passed back in June is the foundation to the digital ID, because the digital ID wouldn't be possible without this bill. So that's the things we need to look out for, and that's where you have to look and be diligent about what you're doing, because as I said before, we're getting all riled up now, but I think they want us to be riled up. It's actually a mainstream conversation, which means it's playing into the game. So that's the magic trick. Once again, it's the focus. Is maybe where you've got to look in one direction, something's going on beneath the surface, or where you're not looking, where your eyes are averted to a certain point and diverted from somewhere else, and it's where they're getting diverted from is where you need to be looking at, really. So that's my question and my concern. Why now? Why now? What is the gain to... do they really believe that this is what the people want? Because the people don't. I'm absolutely sure that people don't want this. So you see the comments and they're overwhelming. And even the odd comment that's in favour, it just stinks of ignorance, and actually, even though it's in favour, shows why they're losing, because the voices of approval for this scheme, their argument is weak. You can tell they haven't got an argument. They're not thinking straight. They're just repeating what they've been told. They're regurgitating. It's just that blind submission. These people, they're like them, the Thursday night pop bangers, that kind of person. The NPCs, the drones. It's really, I don't like to be derogatory, but I'm sorry, that's what it is. These NPC drones, these Thursday night pop bangers, the incompetent theorists. Yes, I don't know. It's scary, the arguments they make, but for me, from where I stand, they're not even making valid points, because they're just making the same points. So it's kind of clear that they're not thinking straight. They're mind controlled. They're just automatons regurgitating the program that's been programmed into them. So there is no argument, and none of the things that they're presenting are making sense. This whole immigration thing doesn't make sense. Even that, it seems like doublespeak to me, because they're presenting it as a solution for immigration, but they're saying it will make illegals hard to stop working illegally and stuff, but that just means it's going to make it hard to stop working illegally. And I know people say, well, you should be working illegally, but where do they draw the line on what's illegal? Like I've said before, you're now driving through certain places is illegal. Driving out of your zone or into your zone is illegal. Where the other thing that's really accelerated in the last 5 years is the whole climate thing, and that becomes intertwined with policy and what's legal and illegal. So you've got to be careful with illegal working, because as I said before, they change the policy on what's legal and illegal, and it might seem like it's a noble cause, but the lunatics are running the asylum and they change the policy to suit them, and more and more restrictions are being put in place. You know, like it could become illegal to drive over 10 miles per hour when it's already ludicrous what they're doing. You know, like I get the 20 miles per hour past the school, but other than that, the 20 miles per hour is silly. But you drive over that speed and it's illegal. So you just got to be careful. Don't fall into this "I'm a goody two shoes and nothing to hide" trap. I've said this before, but I think we've got to keep hammering the point, because that's the argument of these NPCs and these mind controlled drones, is that, well, I want nothing to hide. Or the other argument is like, well, what's the difference? You've already got it. It's like, no, we haven't. We have got it, and I said that. You know, you got the phone, you got the passport, you got all the different forms of ID. But that only strengthens the case. If you've already got that, then why do you need it? Why do you need it consolidated all into one thing? Which then, you know, your passport is used to identify yourself when you need to, but it's not used to go shopping. It's not used to leave. Well, it is used to leave the country, but it's not. Your passport is just you leaving the country. It's not then intertwined with other factors that then might go against you. You know what I find unbelievable is the scrutiny is forever increasing. Yet these people that push this, these hypocrites, are not coming under scrutiny. I mean, just take what they're trying to do now. They tried it with the whole scamdemic as well, and what was it, like track and trace? It was basically the same kind of thing. They tried it then, but what happened with that? Well, that's a well-known mainstream fact. Was it like billions just went unaccounted for? Where did that go? Somebody was on the receiving end of that. So they're trying to scrutinize us for every move that we make. But at the same time, where's the scrutiny for them? Because they're the ones that's plundering the money. They're the ones that are acting dodgily. They're the ones that are doing the money laundering and, you know, the true crimes against humanity. Like Tony Blair is a big player in this, and that man's a renowned, he's a baddie. The guy looks evil. He looks evil. It's like, talk about hidden in plain sight. It's not even hidden in plain sight. Man looks like some vampire or something nowadays. Got that big grin and the smiley face that looks sinister, even though he's like the Joker. He's got that big grin, you know, and he always has, and there's something really creepy about that man. And then the whole way he presents himself as somewhat nice when he so obviously isn't. And the man's made a lot of money, and he stands to make a lot of money, and he's behind everything that's bad. But somehow he's like a sir, and I don't even understand how they even allowed to rise above the surface again. These people just, well, apparently walked off in shame, but now he's back, like still manipulating behind the scenes, but still kind of in the public eye, and people are allowing it. People are buying it, and yeah, it's just unbelievable to me. Like, for me, just the whole notion of presenting these things as an option is a sackable offence for all of them. All of them should just be gone. Anyone that's in favour, just no. You are a misleader. You are misdirected. You are not worthy of being in the position you're in. You're out of control. You should not be in control. Gone. Banned from ever working again, because that's what they're going to try and do to us. That's what I'm saying. The scrutiny that they're trying to put us under is what they need to be under. We need some transparency. Is Blair going to have an ID card? Is it going to be tallied up? Are we going to have like some data that we have access to that shows how much he's making from the ID cards, as well as all, you know, is he going to have like the profiting from war and the war crimes? Is that going to be listed on his ID card so that he gets his access denied? Because that's what should be happening. And yeah, I'm riled up about this, but we have to be. You have to be. There's no time to sleep on this anymore, because as I said before, it's very, very dangerous what they're trying to do, and it's a trap that they've been laying for a while, but it's on the verge of checkmate, because the dissent, of which there is a lot of, will, once they consolidate this infrastructure that they're trying to put into place, you won't be able to dissent, because there'll be access denied, you know. So watch it, people. Watch what's really going on. Don't fear these immigrants. Immigrants have been put here by the people that you really want to fear, because they're a byproduct of what they're doing. So that's the sleight of hand within itself. Is watch, stop. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I'm going around in circles making the same point, but this is so obvious. And come on, people, just wake up. I was going to talk about solutions, and I'll be back to talk about that, because I think that's what we need to start presenting now. Presented the problem, let's present the solution. I think the solution, you know, in a quick nutshell, the solution is simple. Stop buying it. Stop buying it. Stop falling for it, and start falling for the spin and the propaganda. Maybe start creating your own propaganda and your own spin. Start countering the information that is false with the information that is valid. See things for what they really are, and literally stop buying it. Stop paying in. I mean, that's where I go into more detail. I think it's got to a crucial point now where it's going to take radical movements and radical ideas, and I mean, there's simple things that could be done that are a big statement, more so than petitions. I mean, I signed a petition, but I don't believe in petitions. I don't like the whole process. I don't, you know, when we had the livable neighborhood stuff, I signed a petition then, and I noticed I signed a petition that says so many people signed it, and I receive another one that's saying the same thing, and then less people signed. There's like 5 going around at once. So you could have like 100,000 on one, 100,000 on another, 100,000 on another. So it looks like it's just 100,000, but that's 300,000. So why are they doing 3 separate petitions? You know what I mean? And yeah, it's kind of like begging your masters. But at the same time, you got to work with the crumbs they give you. So a petition, if anything, it's a survey to say, I'm saying no. So that alone makes it worthwhile, just to give them that feedback, so that then they get the feedback, then they go against it. At least they're showing themselves for what they really are. But I've got to go, so I'm going to come back with some solution talk. I'll give it some thought, and we all need to give it some thought, because that's where we're at now. We need solutions. The problems are clear. We don't need to paint that picture anymore. We need to paint the picture of how we solve the problem, rather than just presenting the problem. So, love you and leave you. I'm going to go. Ciao for now. Bye-bye. See you again. Oh, and I'm not very good at promoting myself. I just do this. Ultimately, I just do this for myself. It's just my log. I'm logging just to make myself feel better. And, you know, there's a part of me kind of believes that just by doing it, I'm still putting it out there, regardless of whether I'm just getting one view. I'm still transmitting this energy. But I think we do need to like, share and subscribe and build that power. So yeah, if anybody does watch this, then do that. Like, share and subscribe, and spread the word. Spread your own word, spread my word, spread anybody else's word that is talking sense and not double speaking. And yeah, you know the drill. So anyway, bye bye.